We're going to begin with the Attorney General, so I will ask for the swearing in of Kentucky's Attorney General. It's my pleasure to introduce retired Kentucky Supreme Court Justice Martin Johnstone, who will swear in Jack Conway as Attorney General, assisted by his wife Elizabeth, joined at the podium by his daughters. We're going to try them both, okay? Eva and Alex, and Tom and Barbara Conway, and Sim Davenport are going to join us. So if you all would please come forward.
Before we get started, I want you all to know that I've known Jack Conway since he was born. His dad was my football coach in high school, although he's not that much older than I am, and one of my teachers. Jack was born to a family. His dad went to night school as he taught and coached. So I've always made fun of all of the people who say Jack Conway was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I say it was an Army surplus spoon, because I recall going with Jack and my brother-in-law and dad to the Army surplus store where we got our spoons. I'm very proud of Jack, although I've just noticed his parenting skills aren't that good. Jack, I'm going to let you do it the easy way this time. If you would raise your right hand. I, Jack Conway, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office of Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Kentucky according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of the present Constitution, I, being a citizen of this state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within this state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Last night on the phone, my trusty assistant, Susan Britton, told me that nothing needed to be worried about, that everything was completely scripted. Obviously, she didn't account for my daughter's Bo or Martin's remarks right there. So I have to thank Martin for being here and being a family friend and doing me the honor of swearing me in for a second time. I'd like to thank Reverend Laird for being here for the invocation. I want to thank my parents, Tom and Barbara, my father-in-law, my beautiful wife, Elizabeth. You know, days like today are snapshots in the journey of life. I keep a picture over my desk just down the hall here in the office of the Attorney General, and it's a picture of my first swearing in just about 4 years ago to the day. There are my parents and Martin and my wife and I. Obviously, there are two people missing from that photo. Two people who have changed my life incredibly over the last 2.5 years. Those being my daughters, Eva and Alex. They have changed me for the better, and I'm so committed to making Kentucky a better place for all of our families over the next 4 years. Indeed, much has changed. I am older, wiser, better prepared to be your Attorney General these next 4 years. And yes, indeed, I am recommitted to the depths of my soul. For other than being a husband and a father, being the 49th Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Kentucky is the great honor of my life. It's funny, I happened upon Bill Clinton at one of these meetings where you're with other elected officials and talked to him and mentioned that I was the Attorney General of Kentucky, and he responded that being the Attorney General is the best job in government. He looked at me and said, "Jack, you get to go after the bad guys, do right by the good people, and if you make anybody mad, you just blame it on the Constitution." You know, he was being facetious, of course, but there's something in that about doing good and going after those who wrong us. And what I know after the previous 4 years is that this is no job for political grandstanding. It's the job of the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Kentucky to use calm discretion, and it's always the job of someone with prosecutorial authority to do it in a solemn fashion. My guiding principle over the next 4 years is simple: to do what is right. To those who seem intent on trying to have political stunts or press conferences outside of my door, calling on me to investigate what they want us to investigate, or to those who send letters that reach the press before they reach my desk, I won't be swayed. We in the Office of the Attorney General are going to simply investigate what needs to be investigated, and we will do what needs to be done in order to fairly mete out justice. And on the very powerful civil side of our office, we will achieve and seek to achieve redress for those many who have been wronged by the greedy few. I'm so proud of what we've done in the first 4 years. I'm proud of the cybercrimes unit that's taken 300,000 child porn images off of the internet. I'm proud we've recovered $500 million in rates and Medicaid fraud for the people of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I'm proud we've prosecuted more elder abuse cases than any previous Attorney General. I'm proud of the work we've done so far to try to fight the prescription pill epidemic in the Commonwealth. And I'm proud that nearly all counties in Kentucky, urban, rural, east, west, north, and south, now have electronic warrants because of our efforts over the last couple of years. In my second term, I will work with the governor and the lieutenant governor and the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate to make certain that we strengthen our laws as they relate to pill monitoring, to go after the pill mills, and to make certain that we police this epidemic in the Commonwealth in the most efficient way possible. I will continue to go after a few, not the many, but a few of those for-profit colleges that are more interested in getting their hands on federal student loan money than they are in educating young people and placing them in jobs. I will work with my colleagues, attorneys general throughout the country, and build upon the relationships I have forged to make certain that we go after the banks and the mortgage servicing companies that have wrongfully foreclosed on some of our people. And I will continue our strong efforts to ferret out public corruption and to make certain that the people of the Commonwealth get the government that they deserve. You know, in the last 4 years I've learned, I knew it instinctively, but I've learned it once again, that the large, greedy few, whether they be corporate or individual, they have plenty of lawyers. The people of the Commonwealth have one advocate. That's us in the Office of the Attorney General. And as long as I hold this office, as long as I have it, I'm going to treat it the way it ought to be treated. And that is to dispense justice fairly, without regard to party, and as the largest public interest law firm in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. I want to leave you today with a sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know Elizabeth expresses the same sentiment. And we want to leave you with a quote from Henry Clay, who's memorialized in this great capital. Quote, "Government is a trust, and the officers of government are its trustees, and both the trust and the trustees are created for the benefit of the people." Thank you, God bless you, and may God bless our Commonwealth of Kentucky.